Mo Flava on 947.
You know, life goes on, with or without you. And so does a radio show. So I was a bit late today. Fortunately, I got here before 9 o'clock. So that's, not that kind of late. But, I got here a little later than my usual arrival time, traffic and morning gremlins and all these things that happen that complicate our lives in the morning. Because my start time, as you know, is 9 a.m. That's the time that my radio show starts, and it ends at 12. And then the next person starts at 12 to 3, and so on and so forth. We radio hosts have set times that dictate our start time. And there are all types of reasons for that. Radio programs based on listener habits and lifestyles and where you are at certain times and what type of content we want to share with you at those particular times. And then that sort of dictates what time which show starts, right? It's also to kind of like give you a predictable sense of things, to know that, there's something happening at 9, there's something happening at 12, there'll be something else happening at 3. Hell, there's something that happens at 6 on any given day. So that's just the basic reason why we have a start time. What I want to find out today, and I'm curious about this, what time do you have to get to work? And is it a strict time? Because like for me, 9 a.m. is 9 a.m. That's kind of strict. What about you? And is there a reason why you have to arrive at work at that time? Is there a reason why that is your start time? Irrespective of whether you work during the day, in the morning, at night shift, doesn't matter. What is your start time at work? What time are you meant to get to work and actually start? And is there a reason for it? And in the world of, flexibility, how flexible is that? So if your start time is 9, but you rock up at 9:21, does that make a difference? Or is it really just about, the good old contracts and the agreements with the employer and, the working hours of the day and, labor laws and all of that stuff that gets technical? Because, hell, I've seen people waltz into our building at 9:21. And I'm like, surely you don't start at 9:21.
947.
For some, it's really about getting the job done. It doesn't matter how many hours it took you, what time you started, what time you finished. It's just about getting it done. And maybe that's the levels of flexibility that exist in your work environment. But there are instances where you have to be somebody who is exactly on time. You have to treat this time thing like an Olympic sport, like a do or die situation. And perhaps there is a start time, and the start time is like unshakable. You can't move it. Yeah. So what time do you have to get to work? What is your start time? Is it based on something specific, or is it just general, labor law, work conditions, 8 to 9, 7 to 4, whatever the story may be?
Good morning, Mo. So I work at a school, the phys ed coach, and we need to be there at 7:20 because the lineup is at 7:30 and first class starts at 7:45. But we have to be there without fail at 7:20. And then some days we have early days, some days we have late days, but the majority of the times we finish at 1:30, 1:45, and then it's the extramurals. But yeah, start time is 7:20.
Yeah, I get the impression that teachers are not allowed to be late. In fact, teachers can't be late. Whether it's gate duty that some teachers have to do, or in this particular case, line out at 7:20. But look at that, line out at 7:20. I think assembly at 7:30 and then the 7:45 classes start. It's 25 minutes. You've got 3 items already out the way. Huh? You sound like a radio show.
Good morning, Mo. This is Gareth from the West Rand, doing mobile garden services with a bicycle and a box with my own tools. I'm an entrepreneur. I got my own time where I can come and go as I please. I can start when I please and I can finish whatever time I want to do. So that's me in a nutshell.
Top of the morning, Mr. Mo Flava. Hope you are good. So I run my own business. I make sure that I'm at work 8 o'clock on the dot every day. And then there's someone, my wife, because the business is owned by me she will get there whenever she gets there. So in the morning she will say, leave me behind because you're gonna rush me. I don't wanna be rushed in the morning, so I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, for those who manage people, including their own wives, are you a stickler for time? Are you draconian in terms of, the team's arrival? As in 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. Why are you crawling in here at 7 minutes past 8 on a Monday morning? What's the reason for that? Do you know what I mean? Or is it that in order to get through everything in one day, you have to start at that particular time? Otherwise, it ain't going to happen. You're not going to have a productive day. And overall, it must have an impact on your life in general. I mean, I'm just thinking about traffic. If you have to be on the school property as a teacher at 7:20, depending on where you live, I mean, what time would you have to leave home? Do you know what I mean? Or people have to get to the office at 7. Oh, I'll die.
947.
On this Wednesday, you probably got to work at 9, but you're still defrosting a little bit. You know what I mean? You are on time. 9 o'clock is your start time, but you're still defrosting a little bit. You haven't quite gotten around to the mails. Maybe you've had a trip to the coffee machine, done a couple of rounds of gossip. Maybe clapped a Sami before you get into it. And then maybe only at 10:05, 10:15, then you respond to that urgent email from an irate client. But you were there in time because 9 a.m. is your start time. So I'm really just curious to find out what your start time is. In other words, what time do you have to get to work every day? I mean, you know what time my start time is. Although we have to be here, a little while before the show, but you get the drift. And does it matter in your line of work whether or not the start time exists and how strict it is?
Hi Mo, this is Lisa. I run a school tuck shop and we have a very tight schedule. First break is at 10:20 and then all the food has to be finished. There's 2 tuck shops, so we make food for 2, so we cannot be late at all. 7 or earlier. I normally start earlier, but yeah, the people who work for me, the person who works for me actually, has to be there at 7 at the latest. Otherwise, we don't finish with all the food and then the kids have nothing to eat. So yeah, tight schedule for us. Afternoons are a little more lax. As soon as we're done, it's fine. But yeah, it's a very quick start in the morning.
No, I get you. Hungry kids are grumpy kids. And I must be honest, nothing beats a toasted sandwich from a school tuck shop, eh? You know what I mean? DX, I tell you what, my dog. Those toasted sandwiches at Northcliffe High, oh, they stay goated. And then they used to sell Chelsea buns as well. I'm not sure if they're still there. But yes, I get you. You have to be on time and you can't have the kids all grumpy. Let me go to Lenasia because Didi is on the line. How's it, Didi?
Good, Mo. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Do you have a start time?
I was used to be, because it's something that I was doing the whole of, I think, for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So the times where we had a 24-hour shift. Like your shift can change anytime. You start your shift at 1 midnight, and as a supervisor, you need to make sure that you are there on time, even 15 minutes before your start time.
Okay, slow down, Didi. What do you do for a living?
It's actually a call center.
Oh, I see.
So imagine the international account where you now have to accommodate the UK times or the US times.
Aha.
So that's why we had the 24-hour call center.
Oh, my word.
So as a supervisor, it was so tedious because you need to make sure that you're there 15 minutes before time. You manage the behavior. And if you're late, you're not even going to be able to manage anyone, because how do you hold me accountable and you're late yourself?
I get you.
So it was so tedious.
And were your team members generally on time or generally late? Be honest, Didi.
Okay, honestly,
Yeah.
you know your culprits. There are those that you know that, okay, this week maybe you were behaving, you were on time. Next week I know, you're not going to be on time. There are those that are struggling. There's people that are just struggling. Naturally, they struggle with time. So regardless of what you do.
Sure. So what happens if you guys are late for shift change? I mean, does it affect what you do, like, gravely?
It does, because remember, when I start now at 1 midnight, there's somebody that is knocking off. And, with call center, there's this forecast of how many people do you need at this time and all that and all that.
Aha.
So when people are late, they do affect our numbers as well.
I see.
So it does have a negative impact when you're late.
Numbers equal conversions equals commission. I know there's a lot of commission structures.
The service levels and all those, yes.
Yeah. Oh, my word.
Yeah.
All right. And are you still in that space now?
No, I just left and I just started my own business.
So now you can
3 months now.
You can rock up whenever you want.
I'm just going to apply then, yes.
Didi. All right.
Thanks, More Flava. It's my first time on your radio. Can I get a boo, 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 boo? Bye, Mo.
Thank you, Didi. You're an absolute star, and you know what? You've got the right energy to run your own ship.
Morning, Mo. If you work for a government institution like my mother's company.
Right, I get you. Yeah, family businesses, hey, you can do whatever you want.
947